This playthrough is rated M for mature. Welcome, one and all, everyone. Vauldemare here with my new GameFly rental. As you've already seen, have rented The Lord of the Rings War in the North, an action-adventure game published by EA, which ties into the Lord of the Rings universe. However, this ties into an alternate, history section. It takes place in the North, which is hardly ever mentioned. Do I need to do that? It looks good already. I think I'm okay. Just calibrating the screen. Oh boy. Alright. I've never played this game before, so let me check all my that's all you can do. Let's see, no, I don't need to do that. Nope. Subtitles, yes. Because sometimes I can't see anything going on in the game. I can't hear people talking sometimes, so it just changes depending. Alright, so what type of hero do I want to play as? Do I want to play as Farin, the mighty dwarf? Andriel, the elven wizard? Or Aradrin, Duodine ranger, like Aragorn, basically. I'm a fan of the dwarves, really. That's probably my favorite race in fantasy, so we're gonna go as dwarf, I think. I guess this is how you start the game. Yes. Alright, well, if anyone doesn't know, Lord of the Rings is probably one of the most famous fantasy books of all times. Even if they're hard to read, it pretty much set the bar for fantasy genres. If you played anything,
of the great
deal with
War
fantasy.
of the Ring, many songs have been sung, and many tales told. The names of heroes like Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn the King, and Frodo the Ringbearer are greatly revered, and rightly so. Yet Sauron's grasp stretched much further than the lands of Gondor and Rohan alone, and his forces might have done great evil in the north of Middle-earth, had a handful of heroes not stood in his path. Their stories, too, deserve to be told. Pay heed now to one such tale, which begins here in the town of Bree, just a few short days before Frodo arrived on his quest.
Aragorn.
Eredon, well met. And in company with Andriel of Rivendell and Farin of Erebor. An unlikely trio to find walking through the doors of the Prancing Pony. You were at Sarn Ford last I knew. Do you bear news from Halbarad?
Yes. Grim news.
I feared it would be so. Quickly, tell me what has happened, but keep your voices low. There are unfriendly ears, even here in Bree.
3 days passed. The guard at Sarn Ford was attacked by 9 Black Riders.
Stand fast, Rangers!
We were overwhelmed, and the enemy passed into the Shire.
This is worse than I imagined. I know these riders. It is from Mordor they come. Our folk could not hope to stand against the 9 together. How bad were our losses?
Very bad. We tried to resist them, but they were surrounded by an aura of unnatural dread.
There is more you should know. After the rout, one of the Black Riders met with an ally, a man of great malice and power.
As our master commanded, I have stirred up the orcs of the mountains. Even now I have a force gathering amid the ruins of Old Fornost.
Return at once and prepare your forces. We will have need of them soon.
My orcs will be ready. These lands have known peace for too long. They will soon feel the Dark Lord's wrath.
If this Agendaur has a force at Fornost, then our position grows all the more desperate.
But why all this force against the peaceful halflings? It can't be the enemy sees them as a threat.
I will say this much. There is a hobbit of the Shire who should be coming this way with a great burden. If it falls into the hands of the enemy, it will mean doom for us all. Now this hobbit is adrift on the road with enemies all around. I must find him before they do. And I need you to help me keep him safe.
You are my chieftain. I will gladly do whatever you command.
I'm a part of this now as well.
Then we three are of one mind. How can we aid you?
We must reduce the threat from the enemies gathered at Fornost. Travel there and do whatever you can to keep the enemy's eye turned towards you and away from the Shire.
Perhaps we will have help in this task. Eladan and Elrohir were in the north when last I heard. Any gathering of the enemy is certain to attract their attention.
Good. You could find no better allies than the sons of Elrond half-elven.
I hope we meet. But with or without help, the enemy will be kept busy. We'll make sure of that.
Alright, we are now back from that little story scene. Looks like the hobbits are in danger and we must protect them. Aragorn, do you have any last words of wisdom?
I'd like to ask you a few questions, Aragorn.
Shh. Here in Bree, there is no Aragorn. Only Strider the Ranger.
Huh, they have a system kind of similar to, like, BioWare stuff. Okay, well, let's go from the top, I guess.
What about this man who met with the Black Riders? This Agendaur? What do you make of him?
Some servant of the Dark Lord, and by his name one to be feared. His presence in the north bodes ill for us all, but I'm glad you discovered it. At least now we are forewarned.
Alright, interesting. Is he, like, called the Mouth of Sauron in the books? I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that next time.
Those things that attacked us at Sarn Ford, those Black Riders, I've never seen anything like them before. What are they?
Do you not know them? There are whispered tales and legends enough that tell of them. They are the Nine, the Ring Wraiths. Of all the servants of the enemy, they are the most feared.
Oh, the Ring Wraiths. They basically can... they cannot be permanently killed because they are the rings, they are the nine men who wielded the rings that were corrupted by Sauron, if you haven't watched the tales already. He's no
This
wraith.
Agendaur, he was no wraith. He seemed like a man. One filled with dark power, maybe, but a man all the same. But what kind of man would serve the Dark Lord?
Not all the Dark Lord's servants are wraiths and orcs. There have been and still are many men, warriors and kings that walk alive under the sun, and yet are under his sway, willing or unwilling.
What about Fornost?
Tell me about this place, Fornost.
Fornost was once a great city, the capital of the Dunedain kingdom of Arnor. It fell to the Witch King long ago. The men of Gondor and the elves formed an alliance that drove the Witch King out, but Fornost was never rebuilt. The ruins remain a place of dread for many. The men of Bree call it Dead Man's Dyke and fear to go near. It is a perfect place for our enemies to gather in secret.
I've already done all that, so we're on our way.
Well, it's a secret no more. We'll go to Fornost and take the fight to them.
Okay, thank you, Aragorn, for those words. Oh, sorry. Strider! Strider! Alright, do we have any other people we can talk to before we go? Who wants to talk to a dwarf? All dwarfs sound like Scottish, even though they're Scandinavian heritage.
What have we here? A stranger in town. A stranger's just what I'm looking for. Interested in a little harmless pastime? It's time to make some money from it.
What sort of pastimes?
Pastime? What sort of pastime?
Why, nothing more than a simple game of riddles is all. I love a good game of riddles. But everyone in town has already heard all I know. I reckon I could stump you, though.
You mentioned money?
You said something about money.
It's simple. You stake some money and I ask you a riddle. If you give the right answer quick enough, I'll double your money. If you're wrong, the coins go to me. What do you say?
I don't even know if I have any money. Well, let's try it.
All right. Ask your riddle.
First, you have to put up your money. How much do you care to wager? Remember, you stand to double it if your wits are quick enough.
I don't even know how much money. I'll just do a silver for now.
Done. Now remember, you'll have to answer quick. I won't give you long with real money at stake. Are you ready?
Okay.
Yes, let me hear your riddle.
What belongs to you that others use more than you do?
Your name.
Oh, right you are. You're a smart one. Give me a chance to win it back, eh? What do you say to double or nothing on another try?
No more pay up.
Oh no, these coins are mine now, and so they'll stay. Thanks and farewell.
So, what, is there a menu for money? Oh, okay, I have 253 silver. Wow, I didn't know I had that much. I could have bet more. Well, I'm okay with riddles. I'm surprised I knew that, like, right off the bat. Well, you know, sometimes you're hit or miss. Did you folks figure that out? Ooh.
Welcome to
Otto.
Bree.
Otto.
You're a stranger around here. May I ask you a few questions?
About what?
What sort of questions?
We hear a lot of talk from travelers these days. Most of them speak of war and of a growing shadow in the east. The townsfolk just dismiss this. Say it's far away and doesn't concern us. But I'm not so sure. You've traveled, maybe seen a few things. What's your opinion? Should we be worried?
I believe so.
I'd say there is good cause to worry.
I was afraid of that. If only I could convince others. But until then, I will have to take action on my own.
What's your plan?
What do you intend to do?
I'd like to arrange for arming the town. We'll need more than pitchforks if we're forced to defend ourselves. I tried to convince a dwarven merchant to bring us weapons, but he refused.
Maybe I should try.
Maybe I should talk to him. Dwarf to dwarf.
It's worth a try. His name is Groff. He's selling his wares from a market stall down the street. You might still find him there.
I'll let you know what he has to say.
It's better to be more nice to people in these games. You usually get better rewards. Although, if you just wanted to go on with the story, I could be a total dick and just mock people or whatever. But, you know, trying to... When you rent a game, you want to do everything you can with it, beat it as fast as you can, but, you know, still want to get some of the details out of it for you. Barlowman Butterbur. Ah, from the movies and books.
Hello, Master Dwarf. Just come in from the Blue Mountains or the Iron Hills, have you? I'm sure you've had a long trip, and you'll be wanting a good meal and a nice bed. We get many a travelling dwarf here in the Prancing Pony, but I don't think I've seen you before. But don't mind me. I'm forgetting that dwarves like to keep their business to themselves. What can I do for you, then?
Tell me about Bree.
Tell me about Bree.
Oh, Bree is an old place. Been here for ages and ages. This is the only place in the world you'll find hobbits and men living side by side. We used to see a lot of travellers coming through Bree. Not so much nowadays. But I still get customers enough to keep me busy.
Tell me about the Prancing Pony.
Tell me about your inn.
The Prancing Pony's been in my family for generations. I can't rightly say how long. It goes that far back. I'm told there's been an inn on this spot nearly as long as there's been a town.
Heard any news?
What news do travelers bring lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the south. Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there. Folks have been coming up the Greenway, or the old road from the south, looking for a place to find some peace.
Are they settling in Bree?
Are they settling here in the Bree lands?
Well, no. It's not that we aren't sympathetic to their troubles. It's just that Bree belongs to Bree folk. We can't take in a lot of outsiders. And the truth is, I don't like the look of a lot of these newcomers. Some of them have mischief on their minds.
Thanks for the news.
Thanks. Farewell.
Actually, I want to ask him about what to find here.
What can I do for you, Master?
What can I find in Bree?
I may have need of a few things before I leave town. Where should I look?
Well, we have stores and shops here in town, but I suspect most of them wouldn't suit your needs. You might try Adelgar Oldbank's shop. He's got a collection of unusual items which might interest you. It's right across the street from here, on the corner. If it's repairs you need, try Elman Brushwood, our blacksmith. His smithy is just across the street, but there on the corner.
Interesting that.
I
Goodbye.
best be on my way.
Alright, see, I've already talked to him. He gives me riddles for money. Don't want to jinx it, because the one time I bet like a crap load of money, I don't have the answer, so well, there's always the internet. What do you got,
hello.
TV?
I didn't see you there. Got my head in the clouds, I guess.
Something wrong?
What you've got is this look of someone with a lot on their mind. Troubles?
Oh no, it's no trouble. Not really. It's more like, well, I'm in love.
Aww. What's wrong with that?
Oh, that sounds like trouble to me. Who is the lucky woman?
It's Idona Bellflower, my childhood sweetheart. I always thought we were meant for each other, but her father doesn't like my prospects. He's arranging a match with the blacksmith, Elman Brushwood.
How's she feel?
A man with a trade, that's a good match. But how about the lass? Does she love you?
That's just it. I'm not sure. I always told her how much I loved her when we were children. It was all a game back then. Then we got older and it got so much harder to say.
Well, you need to tell her, boy.
Well, that won't do. You'd best tell her now, or you'll wish you had later.
I want to tell her. I do. Look, this locket belonged to my mother. I want to give it to Idona as a token of my love. But the chain is broken, and Elman the blacksmith is the only one in town who can fix it. If I take it to him, he's sure to suspect something and turn me away.
Why, I can do fetch quests. I'm a mighty dwarf warrior, but I shall do it for you because I've got nothing better to do than save the world.
Well then, give it to me. I'll take it to him.
Yes, that might work. Elman would never suspect a stranger like you. There's one more thing. Idona's father. He keeps a careful eye on his daughter and won't give me a moment alone with her.
My God, man. Try to come up with your own things. No wonder she's gonna dump your rear. Alright, I'll talk to her.
Leave it to me then. I'll make sure she knows how you feel.
Wonderful! Just perfect. Take the locket to Elman at the smithy across the street. Once it's repaired, bring it to Idona and tell her I love her, and that I'll do everything in my power to make her happy every day we are together.
Very well, boy. I better get a great reward out of this and not like 5 silver.
All right. I'll tell her. Don't you fear.
And just one more thing. After you talk to her, could you come back and tell me what she said? One way or another, I have to know.
This is getting complicated. I don't want to be a dick.
Don't fret. I'll bring you word once I've spoken with the lass.
One thing I gotta tell you, man, women like to be, you gotta be straightforward with girls. I mean, women are just, they want to be told. I mean, they play their secret games, but it doesn't mean they want you to play their secret games. I mean, seriously, nothing's gonna happen if you don't tell them. And if you get shot down, well, there's like, I don't know, in the real world, there's like, you know, there's a, what is it, 51% women, 49% guys, or am I switching that? I mean, there's a lot of choices, you know, just saying. Okay. So the other symbols are my friends here, so I need to go talk to that Smith dude. Must be him. Elman Brushwood.
Well, a dwarf in me shop. I am surprised. I've often seen your folk looking down their noses at me work. You dwarves do know your business when it comes to shaping metal. What can I do for you? Got a pony that's thrown a shoe, perhaps?
You know what? People should stop making fun of dwarves because, you know, their head is right near their crotch region. So, you know, good old headbutt, and there you go. We're proud of our skill.
I'm sorry if my folks seem critical of your work, but smithcraft is in our blood. We can be a bit too proud of our skills sometimes.
Not much is certain, but I'll admit there's no one knows their way around an hammer and anvil like a dwarf. No, sir. There's a hobbit here in town, Adelgar Oldbank, who sometimes trades with the dwarves who pass through. Fine work it is. Fine work.
Can you fix this locket?
This locket has a broken chain. Can you fix it for me?
Let's see it. Looks like something might have been made in these parts. Maybe back in me old dad's day. Wouldn't expect one of your kind to have something like this. Where'd you come by?
It's a friend's. Yeah, it's a friend's.
You're quite right, it is Bree work. I'm having it repaired as a favor to a friend.
I see. Well, it couldn't be simpler. I'll just add another link. And it won't cost you but a single silver penny.
Forget it now. I won that silver from that one dude.
Isn't it?
My thanks. Farewell, Smith.
See, I didn't pay for that. That random hobbit did. Thinking. I'm a smart dwarf. See, I don't need to repair my equipment because I haven't actually done anything with it yet. I assume this is kind of like an action RPG where there's... I wonder if I can I actually use my weapons in town? See, I can... Okay. I'm just pressing buttons here, see if... Okay, so I can't swing my weapon around in town. Didn't think so. Okay, so nothing there. Sorry if this hasn't been the most exciting beginning. I'm trying to get into the ambiance, you know. Lord of the Rings is a very, very grim world, you know. Has some good places, but has a lot of grim, dirty places too, just like this. Ooh, shopkeeper. Adelgar Oldbank, what have you got for me, good sir?
Welcome to my shop, Master Dwarf. Perhaps you have need of a thing or two? I have some very interesting items available. Or maybe you have something to sell. I'm always interested in dwarf-made goods.
You see many dwarves?
You get a lot of dwarves passing through, do you?
Oh yes, they come through quite often, traveling between their holdings in the Blue Mountains off west and the Lonely Mountain in the east. I'm always interested in their news and anything they might have to sell.
What news do they bring?
What news do travelers bring lately?
Lately, their talk has been pretty dark. All about wars brewing and even about Mordor and all. Frightening talk to listen to, I'll admit.
Are you worried?
And are you frightened?
Me? Heavens no. What is there in Bree that the Dark Lord would be interested in? We mind our own business and no one bothers us. That's the way it's always been.
Speak of the devil. Anyway, you should worry.
You should be frightened. All of Middle-earth is falling under the shadow. Bree will be no exception.
No. Now you're just trying to scare me, aren't you? Why, I doubt this Dark Lord even exists, outside of tales told to keep misbehaving children in line. So, was there something you wanted?
Apparently I scared him too much. What do you got? Bye! See, that is... you know, I have no idea what I'm actually carrying right now, let alone... Ooh, I don't have that much money. Oh, well, actually, if we choose to sell, we'll find out what I've actually... Okay, so we got body, ranged, crossbow, boots. Okay. So I don't have a helmet if I want to buy one. No, I don't have the money for that. I assume you do, like, missions outside of the city, and then you can go back and go buy them. So, I could buy something, but I'll go ahead and hold it until I really get into the game. And then I'll come back and buy stuff from you. Okay. Let's see. We already fixed the link, so now I need to talk to the girl. Hello, girly. There's a boy who can't tell you he loves you, yet you should go ahead and accept him anyway, because he's a wuss and doesn't actually have a trade. I assume. He didn't say, but we shall help him anyway, because dwarves are good and honorable folk. Hear, hear. Although in Scandinavian mythology, dwarves are considered nasty, evil, rambunctious creatures. But we'll forget that for now.
Who could live in a town where it's always raining? It's depressing.
You said it, good sir. Southerner. Oh, I'm from Southerner.
Bramble. You do well with us.
Sounds good, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to hurt no one. Not real bad, anyway.
You think they care about you? I say take what you want and the rest be damned. Well, what do you want, dwarf? This is a private conversation.
Ah, good old Steve Bloom. We've heard you in many a game before, and in this game, you are the Southerner. He hook, shuck him up? What are you talking about?
Why don't you tell me what you are discussing?
I don't see how that's any of your affair. Clear off.
Just curious.
I was just curious. Sounded a bit suspicious to me.
You mind your own business, eh? Those who go sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong are likely to get it cut off.
No time for fools.
I have no time for your petty plots. There's important work to do.
Oh wait, maybe I can... Maybe there's a mission involved.
To move along, runt.
Damn. Alright. Hopefully I didn't miss on a possible side quest. If I did, I mean, it won't affect a lot, but I like to try to get everything I can. Ooh, that's weird camera angle. Try to get everything I can out of the game before I have to send it back. Ooh, a fellow dwarf. You'll talk good sense.
Hello there. Always good to deal with my own kind. The name's Groff, and I hail from the Blue Mountains. I don't think I've seen you before.
I'm from Erebor.
Farin, at your service. My home is in Erebor, far to the east.
Erebor? A lonely mountain? Then you're one of King Dane's folk. I hear good things about your people's stonework and their wealth.
Tell me about your home.
Some of my kin once dwelt in your homeland. What can you tell me of it?
The Blue Mountains are prosperous enough, although we find more iron than gold. We rely on iron working for our livelihood. That's why I'm here selling tools to the Brelanders.
What about weapons?
Picks and shovels are fine. But what about weapons? You make those as well?
Of course. We make arms and armor as fine as any in Middle-earth.
Bring some debris.
Good. I'd like you to bring some of them to Bree. These people have need of weapons.
You're pulling my beard. Weapons for these folk? They wouldn't know which end of the sword to hang on to. I might as well try selling shoes to hobbits.
They will need them.
Peace never lasts forever. These people need to be prepared.
Well now, if you're so eager to arm the Brelanders, how come you don't get your own folk to do it?
Erebor is too far away, my friend.
I would, but Erebor is too far away. There are people here who see the danger growing. They want to be prepared.
It'll take more than a few sensible folk to make it worth my time. These people are simple and peace-loving. It's plowshares they want, not swords.
Don't condemn them, fellow dwarfs.
So they're not warriors. Is that any reason not to give them a fighting chance if trouble comes their way?
You're right, of course. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all. At least I'd have no competition. All right, I'll do it.
Glad to hear it.
Good. You won't regret it. Safe and speedy travels to you, Groff.
I'll return to Otto as soon as I talk to that one girl. That is not you. You're an elf. Elves are hot. Anyway. Inspect.
These folk knew the danger that threatens them. They'd never find the courage to leave their houses.
And that's called terrorism. Good lady, I have information for you.
Hello, is there something I can do for you?
I have something for you.
I have something here for you, lass. It's from Raleigh Appledore.
A gift? From Rowley? But I thought that is he... I'm sorry, it's just so unexpected. What is this gift?
If I doing all this, go... I must be going, like Shepherd. I need to go.
His mother's locket. A pretty thing it is, too.
Oh, it's beautiful. But I don't understand. Why is he giving me this now?
Because
he
is in love with you, lass. He wanted me to tell you so.
Rowley loves me? Still? We were so close when we were children, but I thought he had forgotten all that.
Forgotten? Oh, no. You should see him fretting and fussing. It's almost pathetic, really.
But this is wonderful news. Wonderful. Rowley's always had my heart, always. The poor, simple, wonderful fool.
He wanted an answer.
What would you like me to tell him?
Oh, please tell him I love him, and that we will find a way to be together always.
Ha! Well said, lass. I'll tell him.
We have created love between these two birds. A dwarf's work is never done, and they should love each other before darkness falls upon the land. Let us go back and tell the young man that his temporary dreams of happiness will be fulfilled. Let us walk further. Good dwarf, I need not tarry you so, but there's great haste. Hurry! Ah, we have made it. Good sir, good news, good news! Pray from afar.
You're back. Did you speak to Idona? What did she say? I'm dying to know.
The lass loves you, boy. Sure as anything she does.
Wonderful, wonderful. I can't thank you enough, my friend. But wait, hang on. Oh, I completely forgot. Edmund must have charged you something for that repair. I owe you for that and for your trouble. Here, take what I have. I wish it could be more.
Do I want to be a dick and say, go ahead and take it, or do I want to have him keep it? Gotta get some reward out of it. Nah, I'll be the good guy.
Ha! There's no need for payment. Yeah, it's not often someone picks a dwarf to be true love's messenger.
And people say that dwarves care for nothing but silver and gold. You've proven them all wrong. I'm going to tell everyone how generous and kind you've been. Thanks for all you've done.
Good luck to you, my friend.
Good things and good times come to you both. Farewell, Rowley.
We didn't get any money out of it, but we got the heart of the town. And I think, not the heart of the cards, heart of the town, and I think that works. Good auto. Another good fairing for you.
Did you speak with Groff? What did he say? Will he bring us weapons?
He will.
I changed his mind. He'll bring you weapons soon.
Excellent. My only concern now is the time it will take. What if we need to defend the town before the dwarf-made goods arrive? Maybe you could help me with that as well.
In what way?
How so?
I can tell by your gear that you are no stranger to a fight. If you should have occasion to, well, let's say, recover any weapons you don't need, bring them to me, and I will pay you for them.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'll bear that in mind. Farewell.
Forewarned is forearmed. Huh. I'm gonna forget I saw that, and I'm gonna keep going. Let's see. Unfortunately, we missed on one quest because I pissed off the Southerner, and I don't need my weapons repaired. I think it's time to head out to the exit of town and on to our journey. Let me talk to the Southerner one more time to see if I can see if I've pissed him off.
I told you to move along, runt.
There might be a way to like reboot that up later, but we shall leave it for now. Goodbye, Gorf. Thank you, and farewell. Let's see. Anything else in the town? Are we pretty much good to go? Ooh, what's in here? Anything? Oh, nothing. That's all right. We have set to the exit of the town, and we shall head off into the forest to defend the halflings. But we shall continue that journey next time on Lord of the Rings: War in the North. I thank you all for watching me, and I hope you'll enjoy the rest of this. Farewell.